Well, well, well. Good morning, loungers. I hope everybody is doing good and slept as good as I did tonight. Yeah, I am up this morning. A lot of times I get up very early in the morning, guys, and just do my regular routine. So I got up much earlier today than I usually do, and did my normal morning routine. And then I decided to go ahead and check out the YouTube streets and stuff. But I had already decided I was going to do this video this morning. I wanted to do the video last night, but it was just a little bit late, and I just wanted to get myself situated for the night. Let me take a look at the comments real quick. I see you guys in here. Hey, KK Du jour, Pillsbury, Living Life. Appreciate you guys coming in this morning. And thank you guys for tuning in with me while I have my morning coffee. Just to let you guys know, on Thursdays, Dr. Bombay and I will be doing about a 15-minute segment in the mornings on morning inspiration. Okay. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. You guys will start seeing that beginning next Thursday. Okay. So that will be happening along with, my Sectors T and my Oracle readings on Sundays. Okay. So just to let you guys know that. And then, topics in between. So one of the things that I'm doing today is a topic in between. And it's because of what's sparking this is the conversation that Brother Leon Locke had last night on his channel, which then led to a conversation that Carrie Ann was having on her channel. So I wanted to touch on it a little bit because I did get on both of their panels. And, hey, I had some strong opinions on both ends. And I'm going to say what those opinions are and why. So Leon Locke had it started on his channel, and I was listening to him, and in listening to him, I was a little confused. I was trying to figure out what the issue was. Turns out, I see that you got to catch the replay on them. Yeah, you got to catch that because to me it just came off as a little strange. Okay, now I happen to be cool with Locke offline. We've done a lot of work on YouTube together. And I'm cool with him. I don't have no beef with him or anything. But I have also had these conversations with him. This is not a private thing where I've had conversations with him about being careful with being flirtatious with certain women, not so much here in this sector, but other sectors. Because if you want to work with somebody, you want to do business, it's kind of hard to do business when you've got a business partner flirting with, other women who are this unsolicited flirts. Okay. So I've had that conversation with him. I think he understood, and I thought we were moving on from that. But unfortunately, in this particular situation, I was asked my opinion about giving a gift to Carrie Ann, and I had told him I don't have anything to do with that. You're going to have to ask her. You know what I mean? And in asking her, I don't know if he asked her. I don't know what happened, but ultimately, to make a long story short, Carrie Ann wasn't feeling the gifts. Okay, and this is the part that I think Leon Locke was missing last night in the conversation. Carrie Ann is a single woman. Okay. So if she wants to, decide that she doesn't want to accept a solicitation from a man, she can do that. She's single. She's, not in a relationship. She doesn't have to accept the advances of a man. And, in him saying that, he was saying, oh, she's going to be lonely for the rest of her life. You know what I'm saying? If she doesn't accept his advances or just kindly accept. And this is the way she was taking this. And then he said that, white women, if he feels like he needs to be forced to deal with white women because white women would just accept advances. It's always black women that push back on men for their advances and that they're acting, as if they're afraid of these men. And then Carrie Ann put in his chat, well, no, if white women were accepting the advances of black men with no problem, then why did this happen to Emmett Till? And in her saying that, the conversation just blew up into something much bigger than it had to be. Now, Carrie was disrespecting Emmett Till and all this. And I had to go up there and tell him, I don't think she was trying to disrespect Emmett Till. I think she was literally trying to explain to you, she was responding to what you said about white women, okay? And that white women are acceptive of black men's advances. And black men can just come outside and hey, baby, to a white woman, and a white woman is going to take that with like a grain of salt, whereas a black woman always has an issue and always says something. And it was just this whole black woman versus white woman conversation that I think we're all tired of. Okay. And like I said, it blew up into something that it didn't have to be. Again, I know there's a couple of men in the sector that don't like Carrie Ann. Okay. But everything is not you know, every time she has a conversation or every time she opens her mouth or speaks, is not a reason to come and attack her. You know what I'm saying? It's just not. Okay. She is entitled to her opinion. She's entitled to how she feels. And, a lot of women feel like she does. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I've even said this to we before, that women don't like the advances of married men. Okay. Women don't like, especially when they know you're married. Okay. It's a problem when you're flirting with them. It's a problem when every woman is not comfortable with that. And every woman is not comfortable accepting your gifts. Every woman is not comfortable accepting your advances, you know? And as a married man, you shouldn't even be concerned with, how women are dating or what women are doing when they're on the dating scene. I'm not saying that you can't have a conversation about dating as a married person. I'm saying the approach that you're taking with this is you were being flirtatious. Let's be real. You were being flirtatious. You were offering gifts to this woman and she was rejecting your offers. And you had an issue with her rejecting your offers. She didn't have an issue with, you made that into her having an issue with black men. I mean, clearly she's likes black men if she was, trying to date a black man here on YouTube. So, it's not really an issue of her being, dating a black man. You had an issue with her not taking your solicitations, bro. Let's just keep it real. And that's what I was trying to get at with you on your panel. It's not that I was having an issue with you having a conversation about relationships. But again, you can't have both sides. You understand what I'm saying? Like you can't say I'm in a marriage, I'm in a relationship, and then you're going from panel to panel in different sectors, flirting all over the place with different women. And then when those women give you feedback about it, now you got a problem with black women not accepting black men. It has nothing to do with black women not accepting black men. It had everything to do with these black women not accepting your advances. And I need you to understand the difference. So I just wanted to say that to you. Um, and it's a shame. It's like I don't know why people don't, why you're not really grasping that. I don't know why you're not really getting that. But I mean, it's out there. The girl done put it out there. You know what I'm saying? That you were sending her money, sending her flowers, whatever you were sending her, and she was rejecting your gifts. She was rejecting your offers. But that doesn't mean she hates all black men because she's rejecting the offers of a married man. You understand? Like, I really need you to understand that part of it. I think sometimes you forget that you are married when you get on these YouTube streets and other women who you have told this to are not forgetting. Okay. So, I'm a little harsh. I know I'm not trying to be mean to you, but bro, I need you to pull that up. I need you to, to pull that together. That wasn't fair to those women. They don't have to have a conversation and accept your advances. Okay. And then under the guise of, because you're a black man, she has to protect your feelings. At the same time, you're a black man that is married. Okay. So I would be turned off with why you're even attempting to have a conversation with me about dating and about, my preferences in dating and so forth and so on when you're married. It's not like, and this is to D Darrell, because I saw D got on the panel last night too. Um, and he said, just because a married person is married doesn't mean that they can't give dating advice. As a matter of fact, you'd want to speak with someone who's been in a long-term relationship. Well, that's if that person is not trying to get with you at the same time. Okay. Like, I hear what you're saying, Darrell, and that would make a lot of sense if it wasn't where if this person was giving you advice, for their relationship or advice with someone else. But if they're giving you unsolicited advice in the attempts of trying to be in a relationship with you, or in the attempts of trying to get, in your pants, I mean, what you mean to tell me that women just have to sit and accept that? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm not going to go with that. But I don't think that's what you meant. But I also don't think that's what you knew. Okay. That he's giving gifts and unsolicited gifts to people. Okay. And this is why women are saying what they're saying. I know that Darrell just doesn't like Carrie. So I think that kind of had a lot to do with what he was saying too. But at the end of the day, I don't think Carrie is wrong in this situation. I think as a single woman, she has the right to make a decision about whether she wants to accept someone's advances or not. Okay. And that has nothing to do with being black or white. You can be any color and not accept a man's advances. Okay. So I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think, though. Um, I see that y'all are in the chat. Too big for skinny jeans. What's happening, y'all? And living life. Yeah, it's big facts. I mean, I'm just saying, he should know better, than this. I really do care, about him. I mean, he's a really good friend of mine. I'm really cool with him here on these YouTube streets. And I protect him a lot too. But at the same time, I got to call a spade a spade. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to call a spade to his face. I said it last night on his channel. And then I went over there to Carrie and, I told her I got your back. I wasn't going to let him do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to let him just flip this around on you with this whole Emmett Till thing. No, she was rejecting you. You know what I'm saying? And then she was responding to what you said. And I mean, living life, let me ask you, I see that you're in here. Um, as a woman, well, let me say it like this. How would how does it make you feel like if there's a man that is giving you unsolicited advice, on dating, and he's married, okay? And also at the same time, while he's giving you this unsolicited advice, he's also giving you gifts, sending you advances and flirtatious, advances and stuff like that. And you're not interested in dating this man. You're not interested in, dealing with him, but he's sending those things to you. What would be your response to that? I mean, I guess I just wonder, what as a woman, what your response would be too. Yeah, I mean, I'm just being honest with him, Um, I think I don't think it's fair that, you do stuff like that. I mean, I think it's asking for trouble. I think it's just completely unfair to put her in that category, like as if, because certain people don't like her. So now it's like you want to try to turn this against her and say, oh, she was talking about Emmett Till and look how she's doing black men and this. No, 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 no. You were just trying to get with her, bro. You understand what I'm saying? And she didn't allow you to. Okay, like a few women have been doing out here. And, now here we are. I don't know. Hopefully you won't take it wrong. I'm pretty sure you will. But, it is what it is. I don't care. I got a man, so I really don't care. Anyway, guys, I wasn't going to be long. I just wanted to put that out there and just, kind of discuss this a little bit. Because, yeah, I just feel like it's just kind of messy, that this is all going on. And I don't think it had to happen this way. I think that, like I said, Carrie is a single woman. She has the right to discuss dating, topics, discuss, and to accept advances or not accept advances from men as she pleases. It has nothing to do with being black. It has everything to do with sometimes being a creep. Okay? Like just because you're a black man doesn't mean that I have to accept your advances. Okay? You could be a creep too. You could make me feel creeped out too. And then and the sad part about it, and this was something I heard him say, I heard you say too. You just ignore what they're saying. And you're just going to keep being you. You're just going to keep doing it. You understand? And you doing that and having that haughty attitude towards it is why women are still experiencing what we are. We tell you guys, okay, that there are men out here, like women can go out anywhere. We can go to the store. We can go take out the trash. We can go walk the dog. We can go pick up our mail, or whatever the case may be. And a woman could walk outside and a man get some unsolicited whistles or some hey babies, or something from some man. And if you don't respond to him the way that he wants you to respond, now you are subject to violence, you're subject to disrespect. I mean, these are things that women really, really experience in real life. Whether you do it or not, doesn't mean it doesn't happen and doesn't mean it doesn't happen often. Okay. And I'm also pretty sure as men, you have been around other, even if you're not doing it, you have been around other men who are doing it. Okay. Who are giving women unsolicited, praise or, compliments or something like that. And if you don't accept his compliment right then and there at that moment the way he wants you to, now you got to be worried about getting smacked in the face, or you got to worry about getting followed. I mean, that's happened to me. I remember one time I was this guy was trying to talk to me. This was years ago. I was actually on a city bus. This guy was trying to talk to me and I wasn't interested. And it got to the point where he literally got up and sat right next to me. Okay. So I got up and moved to another space. Like he was trying to invade my space. I got up and moved somewhere else. He got up and moved right next to me. I got up and moved somewhere else just to see if he was doing this. And yes, he got up and sat again right next to me. And I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. Like, all I just want to do is just be left alone. I did not get off that bus. I went way past my stop because I was afraid to get off. I was afraid of what this guy was going to do. I had to wait for him to finally get off at his stop. Okay, he finally got off. Like he was hesitant. He kept turning around looking and looking like he didn't even want to get off. And finally, it was like the grace of God. He got off that bus. Okay. But this is the stuff that women experience. These are some of the things that women deal with. Okay, I'm glad you wasn't mad, bro. I'm gonna keep it real with you. You understand what I'm saying? But this is a conversation that needs to be had, and I appreciate the super chat too. Um, it's a conversation that really needs to be had because sometimes women can feel like they really are in danger. It has nothing to do with being black. This was a black man that followed me across this bus. Okay. But it doesn't mean I hate black men because I rejected him. I wanted to be safe. Okay. And I didn't feel safe. I literally did not feel safe around this man. It had nothing to do with him being black. It had everything to do with him being a creep. And when you try to explain that to people, when you try to explain situations like that, um, when women try to tell you this is what women are facing, this is what women are experiencing, the first thing that men who don't do that is, um, oh, it's all right. Oh, don't worry about those men. Don't just ignore them. Yeah, but you're not a woman. You don't have to face what women face. You don't have to deal with what women deal with. You don't have to fight these men off. You don't have to go through. You're a man, so they're not flirting with you. They're not making you feel uncomfortable. They're not making you feel some type of way. Okay? So I need y'all to be more vigilant of that. Stop just brushing that off, regardless of who the woman is, regardless of whether you think she's attractive or not, whether you think that she hates black, whatever the issue is that you believe with this woman. I need you to hear her and to understand that these are real life situations that women experience, okay, in life, like out here in the real world and real streets. So it pardon us if we're a little cautious on YouTube, okay? If we have a little wall up on YouTube where we're cautious of allowing solicitations from you, cautious of accepting gifts from you and certain things like that. You got to understand why, okay? And stop putting all men in this box like as if all men are the same, okay? Like all men are respectable, all men come from the same space, they come from the same place, and they all have a good reason for why they're doing something. All men don't, okay? And women are the ones that experience that. I guarantee, I guarantee that if you have a simple conversation with your wives, okay, just a small conversation. For those of you who have adult daughters, I guarantee if you have a simple conversation with your daughters, or if you have a conversation with your sisters, or with your mother, or with your aunts, or with anybody in your family, it could be females, it could be any females that you know, will tell you that they have received unsolicited advances from men, and they have felt creeped out about it. They've had to be nice to them just to get away from them. They've had to smile and hi, how you doing? Just to get away from them because they were afraid of being dragged in an alley by them. Okay? I need you to hear those conversations and to stop pretending that doesn't happen because it does. All right? All right. So let me go ahead and look at the comments again. I'm sorry, I was looking at some comments. Make a change. I appreciate the super chat, bro. Rodney Sadler, hey, how you doing, bro? You said it's true, and we don't check the men that do that as men. Absolutely. I'm just saying, like, I really need people to, as men, to stop undermining these types of things. Just because you don't like a woman or you don't like something that this particular woman has said doesn't mean she's wrong in what she's saying. Okay, like she's right. Okay, women don't like that. We don't like unsolicited, gifts. It makes you feel creeped out. It makes you feel like, well, damn, is this man watching me? Am I being stalked? You understand what I'm saying? Like you don't know. And it has nothing to do with being a black man. It has everything to do with just being a creep. All right. So KK DeJour, you said I saw a girl get knocked out with a skateboard for rejecting a dude. I'm trying to tell you. I remember another time I had it was a guy that was trying to talk to me, and I wasn't interested. And I've learned over the years to not be mean with these people when you don't want their advances. So I just had to be kind of nice to him, and even being nice to him, he still wasn't getting the point. I'm telling him like, hey, I'm in a relationship, I'm happy, and he doesn't care about any of that. You understand what I'm saying? Like when you guys are not around, and you're not sitting there with that woman, men are coming for her, whether you like it or not. Okay, men are acting just like you're acting. So yeah, it's something else how that happens, right? Yeah, you said on the real, it's some creeps out here. It really is, and it's like that's just ignored. Can you erase that message from this Andask Patties? These are robots, y'all. Y'all got to be careful having them bots in your chat. But I appreciate you not being mad, bro. And a lot of times you and I are able to talk and get understanding about things. But bro, you gotta curve that shit, okay? You gotta curve that shit. Thank you. And I appreciate you having me on that. You said you've been in similar situations, very scary. This guy wanted to give me a lift, and I said no, and he got angry and cussed me out. I know, right, girl? It's like you don't know, what their response is going to be, and then especially if you have your little kids with you or something like that, they don't care about none of that stuff. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. Some of the stuff that women have to actually face, and then when you talk about it, when you tell somebody about it, they don't believe you anyway. They think you're making it up or you're just, being a woman, as they say. Oh, women are always going to be in their feelings. And it's just like you didn't even hear anything I said. You just ignored that. Yeah. He said, glad I was never a simp. Desert woman, you said I was at work and this dude who was fresh and out of jail started threatening me. And because I said I was, and it's all because you said you weren't interested. Right. It's like some men have really, like, they just have really, they're just real emotional and they're real fragile egos, like you just have to, take their advances. You have to, and somehow not doing that makes you wrong. You know what I mean? And you're everything under the book because you're not interested. You said at a bus stop when I was 25, he stopped the car and cussed me out because I didn't accept a car ride with a stranger. Absolutely ridiculous. Yes, and women do have to safeguard themselves all the time. All right, make a change. I see that you will be in. I appreciate you coming in today. Okay, thank you. You said too many crazy men out here. It really is. And then you said understandable, but you can't have this wall up for the rest of your life. Just saying. Well, what wall are you talking about? Do you mean a wall between you, like, because women have the right to be select? See, this is another thing. When women are not selective, okay, about who they're choosing and they're just sleeping with any and every old Joe Blow, okay, by having their walls down and just allowing anybody and everybody in. Now they're a hoe, they're a slut, they're this, they're that, and the other. But when a woman is cautious about dating, when a woman is cautious about her conversation with men, that makes her a lonely old rat, a lonely old cat woman, and she ain't ever gonna have nobody, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. Maybe there are men that value women that are not out here soliciting with every man. Okay, there are definitely men that value that. There's definitely, maybe she hasn't found that valuable man yet, for various reasons. But I don't think it's because of her. I don't think it's because she's being too cautious or because, something like that. I think she should be cautious. I think she has all the time in the world it takes to find the right partner. But it's kind of difficult to have that conversation with you, bro, because you are a married man. Okay. So when you being a married man, her having a wall up with you is appropriate. Like whether you think that's right or not, her having that wall up with you is 100% appropriate. Okay. But no, I don't think she's going to be alone for the rest of her life, because she is cautious with talking to men. And clearly, in this case, I think she was right because you're married. Okay. So if she let her walls down with you, how far is that going to go? You understand what I'm trying to say? Now, if there was a different situation where you were a single man, okay, and you were having that conversation with her, the conversation may have went different. But it's the fact that you are a married man. Um, yeah, I probably would have had the same response to you. You know what I mean? But women are somehow we're supposed to not have that response because you know, because I guess we're not supposed to have that response because it makes us wrong. Um, and having that response. You said, why do you think I do lives about understanding and protecting females, but yet I'm called a simp for doing so? Well, I'm gonna tell you, I'll be honest with you about that. The reason why you're probably getting that response is because again, you're not coming and you gotta put it in the real perspective. Okay, let's keep it real, bro. If you were giving advice from a married man's perspective, like, okay, me and my wife do this, and this is what we did in order to get where we are now. Advice like that is different from, well, what kind of men do you like? Or, well, what kind of men are you dating? Not that I'm saying that these are the conversations that you're having. I'm just giving you the examples of the differences. Okay. So like you being married, you being in a relationship that everybody is aware of, and you've been with her for 17 years. And for those of you who don't know, Leon Locke has been married to his wife for 17 years. Okay. And they have, like every marriage it has its ups and downs. It's not so much that as the issue, but it could be viewed as you simping, okay, when you're just being like extra friendly and extra kind and extra sweet and using household funds to purchase gifts for women and different things like that. That could definitely be viewed as simping. I mean, I'm just going to keep it real. I'm not saying that you are intending to be that way, but it can be viewed that way because, any woman in their right mind would think something like that. Okay. Like, if this man is married and all of a sudden he's got gifts for me, he's got advice for me and all this stuff. I'm like, well, where's your wife? You understand what I'm saying? Like, so I think that's why, what I mean? Like you can, if you're, and I'm not telling you what to do with your channel. I'm just saying, having live streams and talking about protecting women would also include that behind the scenes. So you would have to be doing the same thing. You would have to be protecting them as well by, like, for instance, not soliciting gifts, not just sending cash because you want to somehow win favor with them. Not flirting with them in these YouTube streets, stuff like that would help in this situation. Okay. Um, you're saying living life, you said some men don't do well with rejection. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's funny because I want to put that with the conversation from last night. The rejection that came from Carrie and from QT, okay, caused you to go live, even though you were saying that you were trying to support Flacco in that situation. Flacco didn't go live over that. Flacco wasn't in his feelings about that. You actually went live over it, okay? And, continued to say stuff like, oh, I'm going to keep being me. And women, if you keep having these walls up, you're going to be alone and all this. I'm like, what are you talking about? How do you can't really come in that direction because just she's rejecting your advances because you're married, bro. It's not because you're black or because she's afraid of black men. It's you're married and it's creepy for a married man to be sending gifts to me. It's creepy for a married man to be trying to, flirt with me. That's what it is. It's creepy to have this creepy conversation with you, knowing that you got a wife at home. This is the issue. All right, so I hear that, desert woman. Living life, they don't carry guns over there. Yeah, we got to be safe out here. You know what I mean? Whether no matter where we are. I'm pretty sure that happens over there across the water, over there living life. Yeah, and it's just sad. It really is. But you said you could smoke. I can smoke a bag of what you're saying as far as giving advice to a woman from a married man's perspective. Okay. All right. I appreciate that because like I said, you know what I'm saying? It's not about um, a married man not being able to give advice. Okay. But definitely a married man giving advances, okay, or what appears to be advances, and then that woman cautiously coming for you, or coming back at you in a way that's, has walls up. I mean, she should have those walls up, bro. You understand what I'm saying? And let me say this, let me put it in this perspective. If it was the opposite and it was your wife on YouTube and she was having these conversations and you weren't on YouTube, okay? And she was having these conversations with men. She was sending gifts to men and so forth and so on. I am almost 100% sure you would flip your top over something like that, okay? And even if she told you, no, I'm just their friends, I'm just being friendly, I'm just being friendly. That's all I know you would have a problem with that. So put yourself in those shoes, put yourself in that perspective for just a second, okay? And then you can see, kind of what I'm talking about. Because again, it's not, I don't hate you. I've got no problem with you, bro. You know, you're my brother and always will be. But I'm always going to keep it real with you. And that right there, I've kept that real in the past. And I'll say it again. Just be careful out here. You know what I'm saying? Just everybody doesn't want a gift from you. Everybody doesn't want a compliment from you. You understand what I'm saying? You might have the right heart, um, but everybody doesn't feel the same way, and that's okay. They have that right. They literally have that right. So, all right, y'all. I am going to get out of here now. Yeah, absolutely. No wife wants that. No husband wants that either. Totally agreed. So I am going to get out of here and I will talk to you guys soon. I'll probably go live a little. I may go live a little bit later on, depending on what's going on out here in these crazy celebrity streets or these YouTube streets. But we will see. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Thank y'all for watching and peace.